Hey everyone, my name is Riley, and in this video, I'm going to show you how you can create embed forms and sign up forms on Mailerlite. Now, if you have not yet signed up to Mailerlite, you can do so using the top link in the description, and with that link, you can actually sign up for a 30-day free trial of Mailerlite. With that being said, if we just hop right here into the Mailerlite dashboard, to actually get started with this and to start creating the form, all we are going to do is go over to this menu on the left hand side and click right here into forms. Once this loads up, you can see that we have a few different forms that we can go for. We can create a pop-up form right here, which is going to pop up on your website. So somebody goes to your website, they click around for about 5 seconds, and then it's going to load up with a pop-up form. Alternatively, we have embed forms that are just embedded onto the page of your website. So they don't pop up, they are just constantly there on one of the pages of your website. So let's start out with an embed form right here. We can go into embedded forms and click on create. And then we can just choose a name for this. So I'm going to call this test form. It doesn't really matter, nobody is ever going to see this. And then we can choose if we are going to go for a pop-up form or an embed form. So let's go with embed, and then we can click on save and continue. And in here, we now need to choose a subscriber group. So essentially what this means is if somebody fills out your form, if they enter their name, their email, whatever information you are asking for, where does this information go? Which one of these groups or lists does it get saved to? So we can choose from a list that we have already created. Or alternatively, if you want to, we can create a new group right here and then just select this. Once you have selected the group that you would like to add these subscribers to, we can click on continue. And in here, the form editor is now going to pop up. So in here, we have 2 pages. We have the actual subscribe form. And then when somebody fills this out, they then get a thank you message. So we can customize all of these. All we need to do is, first of all, click into this text, and then we can change this to say what we want to say. So let's say that this is maybe an e-commerce website or something like this. We can click into this, and then in the heading, we can say sign up here for 10% off. And then once again, we can go to this text, and we can just type whatever we want to in here. Once that is finished, we can click on save. And then we can click into this email section, and this is where we can choose what information do we want to collect. So we could add a field right here, and this is automatically going to add name, which is awesome. But if we do want to edit this, we can click in. We can choose the field. We can choose the label that is right here. So this is the label inside of the box. And then we can also go down and choose the input. So we have like buttons, text area. So text area is a bigger version of input. People can type more into here. Checkboxes, countries, all of these options. Then we can go save changes. We might want to add a new field. And in here, we can say that this is going to be phone. So we can say phone right there. And then once again, we can go for input and save changes. We can then click into this button at the bottom and we can choose what this says. So right now this says subscribe. I'm more than happy with this. And once we have filled that out, we can click on save. Once we click on save, we will be in the design area, so we can choose how this is going to look. So I quite like this. We can then choose the background of this. So maybe we want to set this to like a black color if our website is black. We can then choose the form background. We can choose the layout right here. We can choose the button at the bottom. So I might go in and change the button to more of like a blue color. Something like this, right? We can then go down here, we can change like the heading style. So if we click in, we can change the font color. So just play around with these settings and make it look how you would like. Then once all of this is filled out, let me just see if there's anything we need to do in settings. Not really, there's nothing we need to turn on there. And then we would just go over to the success message. Honestly, you don't need to change this really. This is fine, but you can if you would like. We can then click on done editing once we have filled all of that out. And it's now going to take us over to this screen. So if we scroll down, we can see we have embed form into your website, and we have different types of code. So we have JavaScript and we have HTML. Now, for most website builders, you are going to want to go with HTML. So we can go to HTML code, and then right here, we just click on copy. And then to actually add this to the website, you want to open your website up. Now, the way that you actually put this onto your website is going to depend on which website builder you use. As WordPress is the most popular, I'm going to be showing you how to do this with WordPress. However, if you are using Shopify or any other website builder for that matter, just Google what element you need to be able to put code onto your website. So with WordPress, I can just type in HTML, and then let's say we want to add this right at the bottom. So I can just drag this in, let's drop this in right here. And now all I do is paste the code in. And as you can see, I now have my embedded form on my website that people can fill out. So I could click on update, and that's going to be in right there. So that is the first method, but we can also go in and we can add pop-up forms. So with pop-up forms, I'm not going to show you how to actually go through and create this, because this is the exact same as the way we just edited the embed form. So we select the list, we can then go through and choose one of these templates. Let's just say we want to go with this one. And once this opens, it's the exact same, where we just go into this, we can change the text, we can change the background on this right-hand side. You understand this by now. But for a pop-up form, we can click on Done Editing. Then in here, we can choose the trigger. So how long before the pop-up shows up. Show when a user scrolls, we can choose from any of these options. How often do you want to show the same pop-up to the same user again? So every month it's going to do this, but I'm just going to say always. So then for the schedule, we can choose if this pops up immediately, if this pops up at a specific time and date, and then we can click on Save Changes. Then as we are using HTML, we will move this over to Show on Click event, and we can copy this top code. Then we go over to the website, add in the HTML box once again. We can paste that in, and as you can now see, it says click here to show the form. So that is how you can create pop-up and embed forms inside of Mailerlite. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to smash that like button and tap that subscribe button. And until next time, take it easy.